Hi, my name is Jamaal Jones, and I'm the principal attorney for Jones Health Law, law firm, a healthcare law firm based in Miami, Florida. And today I'd like to post a short YouTube video to discuss some of the legal issues and ramifications relating to E-FORCSE. In 2011, Florida legislators enacted the Prescription Drug Monitoring Program, also known as the Electronic Florida Online Reporting of Controlled Substances Evaluation, otherwise known as E-FORCSE. The program has legally expanded the role of dispensing pharmacists by requiring them to report the distribution of controlled substances. E-FORCSE requires dispensers of controlled substances to report within 7 days information regarding the prescriber and the patient for any prescription filled for controlled substances. Specifically, a patient's demographic information, date of birth, gender, as well as the prescriber's demographic information, their DEA number, their MPI number, and license number must be reported. Additionally, dispensing information such as the dispenser's DEA number, RX number, date written, date filed, refill number if applicable, NDC, quality and strength dispensed, and any payment type must also be reported. The failure to report a controlled substance willfully and knowingly, as required by Florida Statute Section 893.055, constitutes a first-degree misdemeanor. As of 2014, the Florida Board of Medicine reported that opioid-related deaths have decreased by 41%. Nevertheless, Florida remains a leading state in terms of opioid abuse, with an estimated 3,900 deaths arising from opioid abuse and overdose in 2015. On May 3, 2017, Governor Rick Scott declared Florida in a state of emergency due to the opioid epidemic. Pursuant to the governor's Executive Order 17-146, Dr. Celeste Phillip, the Surgeon General of Florida, declared this matter a public health emergency statewide and issued a standing order for naloxone, an opioid antagonist that is commonly used to treat and reverse opioid overdose. The order authorizes pharmacists to dispense naloxone via either an auto-injection delivery system or via intranasal spray to emergency responders such as firefighters, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, and law enforcement officers. As a result, pharmacists do not require a script from physicians to dispense naloxone to emergency responders. Emergency responders are shielded from civil and criminal liability under Florida's Good Samaritan Act if the life-saving treatment is done in good faith and with the exercise of reasonable care. The current state of emergency in Florida is a tremendous opportunity for pharmacists. In 2015, the 5th District of Appeal in Elecna versus Daytona Discount Pharmacy held that the pharmacists owe a duty of reasonable care that extends beyond merely filling a prescription written by a physician. Robotic compliance would not suffice. Pharmacists are being held to a higher standard of care and thus must independently evaluate every situation before dispensing controlled substances to a patient. In their evaluation, E-FORCSE is an additional tool pharmacists can consult before filling a prescription. If a pharmacist suspects doctor shopping or determines that a patient is improperly and excessively presenting scripts for controlled substances, he or she may legally refuse to fill such a prescription. Pharmacists also have the option of calling and discussing any issues with the prescribing physician before reaching a conclusion about filling a questionable prescription. In fact, pharmacists are being held increasingly liable for filling prescriptions without independent investigation and must assess the reasonableness of the prescription, including the reasonableness of the dosage of any medication prescribed by a physician, the frequency by which the respective medication is supposed to be taken, as well as the quantity of the pills to be dispensed. While physicians may be aware of E-FORCSE, they do not actively use or reference it. Surprisingly, physicians were reported to be a minority against the class of users reported. An article published in the National Journal of Emergency Medicine by Young in 2017 shed some light on this issue, revealing that emergency room physicians' use of E-FORCSE was low due to barriers in access and due to lack of formal training on how to use the program. While the duty of a pharmacist is not clearly defined, recent case law as well as the expanded role of pharmacists suggest an elevated duty of care owed as well as greater exposure to liability. Thus, it's imperative that all pharmacists be cognizant of their professional duty of care and be familiar with all their options in a dubious situation, especially given the current climate of abuse in the state. Again, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to look at this video. I hope that it was informative. If you have any other questions about what I discussed in this video or any other videos, please feel to contact me directly. The office phone number is 305-877-5054. You can email me at jrj@joneshealthlaw.com, or you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Jones Health Law. Thank you very much.